You're watching BCTV. We're all about Branford. You're watching BCTV, Branford Government Television, a service of Branford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Branford.
Okay, welcome. We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting for October 2nd, 2024 to order. Item 1, can I get a motion to consider and if appropriate approve the Board of Selectmen minutes of August 21st, 2024?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move seconded. Any corrections, errors, omissions? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Item 2, can I get a motion to go into executive session to discuss tax appeals?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
No, I'll bring it in there. Sorry, I have it. Okay, can you get a motion to go back into regular session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are back in regular session. For the record, no votes were taken while in executive session. Can I get a motion to approve the proposed settlement regarding 35 Thimble Farms Road?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve the proposed agreement regarding the Stony Creek Quarry regarding manufacturing exemption?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Thank you. Item 3, to consider and if appropriate approve a request from Brendan Luddy, Director of Facilities Board of Education, and waive the bid for the purchase of a vehicle and allow him to negotiate with McDermott Chevrolet to purchase a full-size SUV for the price not to exceed $55,000. Brendan, welcome.
Thank you. So we went out to bid. We had capital appropriation $55,000. We went out to bid on August 6th. August 5th, bids closed on September 6th. We only received one bid during that time. A little disappointing. The one bid was from McDermott. They were over our budget. It was $69,000. We did not feel that it was fiscally responsible to dip into operating expense up and above the capital appropriation of $55,000. Would like to request a bid waiver to continue to work with McDermott to identify a full-size SUV vehicle within the budget of $55,000. We have reached out to several dealerships who are on state contract. The issue with state contract is they manufacture the vehicles. It takes anywhere from 12, 16, 18 weeks. And it's just not in our time frame there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, you quoted out a bid request for something you couldn't afford. That's what it sounds like anyway. You had 55, but you probably just put it out there looking for a vehicle. Why not go back out with the number out there? What can I get for 55 instead of just working with the one vendor? I mean, you're limiting yourself to the one vendor, and obviously you're going to be downgrading to some extent from what you originally wanted because he was $14,000 over to start with. I just don't see where it's fair not to, seeing you have to reevaluate to some extent because of the cost of vehicles right now, why you're not going out and giving other vendors the same chance.
Well, we feel that we did that. We invited over 14 local dealerships. We put it out and we only got the one bid.
I understand that for what you asked for at the time. I think now that's going to be different because obviously you're going to have to change what you're going to get. You only have 55,000.
Well, it was when we went out to bid, all we were looking for was a full-size SUV. We didn't put any parameters into it other than a full-size SUV and 7-passenger SUV, full to midsize SUV, and the prices of the vehicles just so happened to be that the one bid we got was the 69,000.
What, I guess, is that Selectmen's Dunbar's, when you're now planning on going back and trying to get something within the 55,000, what is changing in terms of your, what was initially requested to price? So why do you feel confident that we'd be able to negotiate down to 55,000?
Basically, all we did was, so the bid that came in was for a large SUV, a Tahoe, which we didn't feel was appropriate. We didn't feel that we needed a Tahoe. So we were looking more in the mid-size SUV that would still be a full-size, a 7-passenger was actually what we were looking for. So either a mid or full-size would suit those needs.
So would this be new or used?
New.
So why wouldn't you have spoken to them prior to this to get a commitment from them that they would be willing to sell us something for 55,000 or below?
Speaks to them prior to going out to bid?
No, now, before you came to us.
Yes, so we spoke to them and kind of reevaluated and told, because they were the only bid, so we closed the bid with them. They got the notification and said, we don't, the reason that we're closing the bid is because it was over budget.
So you don't have a commitment from them actually that they will be able to supply something within this time frame, because you're talking about pretty much immediately rather than 3, 6, 8 weeks from now.
We do have a commitment that they're actively looking for a vehicle.
Oh, so they're looking.
Yep.
Okay.
The problem is as you mentioned before, is the price of vehicles and the availability. It's just like they're so few and far between. McDermott had a couple vehicles on their lot. The main thing we were looking for was a mid-size, full to mid-size SUV, 7-passenger, all-wheel drive. McDermott had a couple of those on their lot. They were front-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. And to get them to kind of trade vehicles, other dealerships were reluctant to trade. Yeah. So we're trying to have them.
Who utilizes, how will this vehicle be utilized?
This would be, right now we have an older type of fleet, and we're trying to utilize and kind of reposition some of our vehicles within our fleet. So this vehicle would be utilized primarily by myself and other members of the central office.
And you can't wait 18 weeks for this thing to go through the proper channel with some, you said it could be, available, but it's like 18 weeks out.
18 weeks out. So the issue is some of the vehicles that we have to help us, we need it for the winter, because some of the vehicles we need to reappropriate for that have snowplows and sanders on the trucks that we have.
You already have those though.
We already have those. It's just a reshuffling to make sure that we can adequately cover that. So also the 18 weeks and going out to state contract doesn't guarantee us a vehicle within that 55,000 either. So
Well, I was going to ask that. Is there something on state contract that
would not guarantee.
Yeah.
So it's a long lead time with not a guarantee, which is why we're looking for this, where they're actively looking for the vehicle within our budget.
They're looking for a hybrid, do you know?
Not looking for a hybrid based off of the need for the response. Just in case we needed to respond in all weather emergencies, snow, floods, things like that. The hybrid wouldn't suit this need. For other vehicles in our fleet moving forward, yes, we're going to be
I
looking.
don't know what our nation's going to do because this is where we're at.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I'm uncomfortable with this.
Yeah. So I guess hearing having the discussion with the board, I think you could hear that there's some reservations with this process. It does require a unanimous vote to waive a bid. So with that,
I can make a suggestion,
if
I may.
Sure.
I was going to make a
You
suggestion.
can do it. No, we're probably in the same line. Go ahead.
I mean, what I was going to say, what your budget is. Why don't you go see what you can negotiate with, 2 to 3 dealers, what you can find within that range, and then you come back to this board. We know the process you've already went through.
Mm-hmm.
We know, and, evaluate what best suits the Board of Education's needs within that budget, and then you come back and you waive the advertising, because that's essentially what you're doing tonight. You would be waiving the advertising, but I think to Selectman Dunbar's, point or concern about just going to one vendor and asking them to supply a number, I think I suggest at least go to 3.
Yeah, kind of
even
what
if they
other
don't
people have
respond,
done, correct. As
right.
long as you put it out there legitimately and ask them, give them the opportunity with your $55,000, budget, and then go from there. It just makes it look that much better that it went out to several people and not one person. And like you said, you can't guarantee from the state contract, but you really sound like you really can't guarantee from the person you're picking yet, because they're out looking. So you're hoping they find one.
Correct, and our goal was, not to exceed. I can certainly go to other dealers and get quotes, but,
I think you want to give yourself, the Board of Ed, basically, you want to come back and say, this is our budget of $55,000. We've evaluated, we had, whether you have 1, 2, or 3, or multiple, more than that, responses, but then you pick the vehicle that best suits your needs within that budget. And you went through a process to evaluate it. I think that would be.
What would be the best way to shut this down tonight? I don't want to say no, because that throws it out the window. So can we table it?
this?
Yeah,
postpone
I
it?
think we could table it, and
Understood.
I would suggest you spend,
when you have another meeting in 2 weeks,
we meet, we're scheduling, we're regularly scheduled the first and third Wednesday of the month.
Sure.
We also, if we can, the other selectmen have been very accommodating in the past. If we needed to call a special selectmen meeting, we can. But I think to just do your due diligence, evaluate what you can truly receive, and come back with a quote that the selectmen can evaluate on that.
Understood.
All right? That'd
Yep.
probably be a better process. So we'll table that. You don't need a vote on that, right?
You don't need
No.
a motion for that, right?
All right, moving along. Item 4, to consider if appropriate, approve a request from Brendan Leddy, Director of Facilities, to waive the bid for the purchase of door hardware and award the contract to Builders Hardware in the amount of $48,000.
I'm gonna ask the same question when you get done.
Sure. So I think I might be able to summarize this a little better. So we had, I've spent the better part of 8 months trying to identify a door contractor. We have utilized several through the Easy IQ system, people on state contract. We spoke with local companies, regional companies. We got prices anywhere from $100,000 all the way up to the people who are on the state contract of over $300,000 for this specific task that we're asking them to do. What we have is a number of card access control doors throughout the district that are duplicate. The old ones are on the door, and we have a new reader adjacent to the door, and it's causing some confusion. And in an emergency, we want to make sure that we don't lose that valuable time. So what we need to do is remove the old readers and put new hardware, just pull handles and flashing on the door to make sure that the one reader is the one that people are paying attention to and working. Like I said, we have gone through 10 different vendors. I have different quotes, varying quotes. Some were to replace the door, some were to replace hardware, some were just labor and not, asking us to get the material. So it has run the gamut here, and we feel that Builders Hardware, we actually would prefer to work with Builders Hardware based off of they had done work in the past, but they seem to have gone out of business, or so we thought, and we heard working through other vendors, it was that they were bought out. So there was a downtime there, and then they were able to get back to us and supply us this quote recently of $48,000.
All right.
So I'll go back to the other one, because this seems similar to me in some respects. You went out, you got some prices over budget, or you just didn't want to pay it. It could have been both. I'm not sure.
They're within budget.
So, no, I'm talking about the $300,000.
Oh, yeah, that's-
Right.
yeah.
So you gave a scope of a job.
Right.
Everybody was too expensive. How are these people gonna do it for this amount of money when nobody else would? And what are we actually getting for it? Because unfortunately, except for this memo,
So
there's no backup as to, what the scope of the work is, what they're gonna be doing. This memo almost made it sound like we're gonna take this much money and we're gonna do what we can with them. And that concept also is a little
It wasn't-
questioning. So that's the way it is read.
Sure, it was, and I have a different memo that I provided, but it wasn't that they were, they were the least expensive or that anyway, we got similar prices.
Okay.
For this. We felt that because Builders Hardware, doors are very intricate, very tricky, thing to work on. Because of the familiarity with Builders Hardware, we felt most comfortable utilizing Builders Hardware. Anyone we chose here, we would have needed a bid waiver because it was up and over the threshold. So Builders Hardware, we feel most comfortable because they've provided work, they've worked on the doors throughout the district in the past.
Having a little bit of knowledge with these types of doors, I know what a pain they can be. However, if you did go out to bid and you got quotes, you probably should have given us those quotes so we could have looked at them to say, we understand, apples to apples, apples to oranges, whatever. We have none of that. I've got the memo, that's it. And normally before I try to, and we do bid waivers all the time, but it sounds like you did the bid, you just want us to pick this one person over the other people, and if that's so, you probably should have just presented the bids to us so we had a chance to review them. We're kind of doing this blind. At least that's how I feel about it. Everybody else can speak for themselves. I'm sure what you say is sincere, but I don't have anything in front of me to show it.
Sure.
And before I vote, I would like to have that. So unless this is some really emergency, maybe the same thing as with the car type deal, you can provide this so we have the opportunity. I don't mind justifying something, but I'd like to at least see it. This is kind of like sight unseen, and I'm just reluctant to do it that way. And I realize you might be new to some of these crazy things, or me, but I normally ask for the same types of things all the time. In this case here, we really don't have anything. So it's up to the board how they want to handle things beyond that. But I would like to see what you did do and what is out there and have the opportunity to review it. And then if this is the best thing, listen, it's fine. And if you went out to bid and that's the best thing, then you don't even have to have a unanimous vote at that point in time. It's just a simple majority.
If we went out to bid,
Yeah.
waiver of the bid.
Yeah, so if you did go to bid, I think that would be a big help. This is it's just kind of going into it blind.
Understood.
So we'll table this as well?
Yeah, you have their documentation you can
I do.
provide to the board in advance
That's all.
if you went out to bid.
Yep.
Show the multiple pricing, why it's in the town, the town.
Yeah, and this
Interested to
is
award
within
this-
our budget. This one is a little different where this is within our budget.
Yeah,
We have the
right.
capital appropriation. It's well under what we have. But
Yeah.
yes, I can provide, the
Just bring that
scope
for the next,
and-
yeah.
And the
And for
other.
the record, the security of these doors isn't changing. You're just removing the old stuff because of the new stuff.
Correct. The security is not changing. It's actually making us more secure because what happens now is, if there were an emergency, police officer, firefighter went up to a door, a lot of them are on the door themselves. The new ones are adjacent. So they're going up to the door, swiping their card and can't get in, not noticing that it's off to the side.
Those are what they call, important selling points.
Yes.
That little tidbit of information for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, this is, my first time kind of
Fine.
in front of, so I will have more of that
That's fine.
information in a couple weeks.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
very
All right,
much.
see you. Yeah, thanks. Item 5, to consider and if appropriate, approve the following resolution. Resolved that the town of Branford may enter into with and deliver to the state of Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection any and all documents in which deems necessary or appropriate for the grant of $400,000 for the trolley trail bridge improvements.
Do you want to read the rest of it?
Oh. Further resolved that James B. Cosgrove, first selectman, is authorized and direct to execute and deliver any and all documents on behalf of the town of Branford and to do and perform all acts and things which he deems to be necessary or appropriate to carry out the terms of such documents.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 6, green use, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Army Legacy Animal Rescue for the use of the town green on Sunday, October 27th, 2024, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. to hold a Halloween parade for pups.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 7, reappointments, Board of Ethics. Joseph Cordino, term to expire January 30th, 2029.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Board of Finance, Harry Diadamo and Jeffrey Villette, terms to expire July 31st, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. That's a nice second page here.
Want to see mine?
I got it here.
You have to change the
I got it, yeah.
and check the date.
What's that? Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. All right, this is actually an appointment, but it fell under this, so I'm just going to read it now. Board of Recreation, Nancy Drevens, to fill a vacancy left by Deb Conklin, term to expire October 13th, 2015.
2025?
2025. I read it right.
Yes, you did.
All
Motion
right.
to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item pass. Center Revitalization Review Board, Phil Carloni, Schuler Coulter, Tricia Bohan, Rindinger, terms to expire March 31st, 2026.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Anthony Terry and John Herzan, terms to expire March 31st, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Commission on Elderly Services, Alpha Caro, term to expire December 31st, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Conservation and Environment Commission, Adrian Bondenberger, Christy Day, Kara Lee Hall, and Neil Goodlad, terms to expire July 31st, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I know some of these are multiple. If anybody wants to break them up, just please say, but I'll continue to read them multiple appointments. Daniel Cosgrove Animal Shelter, Bernice McKay and Lori Van Wilgen, term to expire September 30th, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moves in second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Economic Development Commission, James Fennell and Carrie Raganese, terms to expire July 31st, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Flood and Erosion Control Board, Dan Rabin, term to expire April 30th, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Parks and Open Space Authority, Amy Bartels and Wendy Burton, terms to expire June 30th, 2027.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Shellfish Commission, David Steinhardt, term to expire August 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Solid Waste Management Commission, Harvey Heyman and Trudy Malbauer, terms to expire September 30th, 2029.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second, and all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Stony Creek Architectural Review Board, Elizabeth Whalen, William Murray, terms to expire May 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second, and all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. John Herzan, Sam Kirby, Greg Ames, terms to expire May 31st, 2029.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item passes. Veterans Parade Committee, Alex Paluzzi, Dale Izzo, Dana Strickland, Dennis Flanagan, Elliot Hastings, Harvey Goldstein, John Fitzgerald, Philip Zelinski, Ray Ingraham, Vincent Giordano Jr., and William O'Brien, terms to expire September 30th, 2028.
Motion. Go ahead. Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That passes. Water Commission, Dan Halley, term to expire May 31st, 2029.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Willoughby Wallace Memorial Library, John Nelson, term to expire December 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 8, item passes. Item 8, appointments, Shellfish Commission, David DeBell to fill a vacancy left by Peter Graves, terms to expire August 31st, 2028.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Move second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And as stated, Nancy Drevens fell under appointments, but we addressed that previously. Item 9, correspondence. Have any? Correspondence, any other business? And one order of business, I'll just read this. Effective November 5th, 2024, the following meetings have been moved to the Community House. This is located at 46 Church Street. The Board of Finance, Board of Selectmen, Inland Wetlands Committee, Planning and Zoning Commission, RTM, Zoning Board of Appeals. Meetings, the Zoning Board of Appeals are currently being held via Zoom. In-person meetings will be held at the Community House. Wetlands and zoning, are they still remote?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, those are still remote, but however, if they are hopefully moved to in-person, they will be located at the Community House as well. So that, once again, that's effective November 5th of this year. All right, motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Branford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BranfordTV.org.